Welcome to Design Domination, where you'll learn to become a better, more business-savvy designer so you can dominate your competition. Hi, and thanks for tuning in. I'm Colleen Grotzer, and in this episode of Design Domination, I'm talking about something that seems to be a really controversial topic for graphic designers, and that is Canva. Stick around as I give you my take on why designers should embrace, not hate Canva. And I'll also ask, is Canva a threat to graphic designers, or can designers leverage Canva as an opportunity? Now, a few months ago in my Design Domination Facebook group, I posted a funny Canva meme with pics of a graphic designer and a client talking. And the designer in the meme says, "I'm a graphic designer." And then the client says in the next image, "What software do you use?" And the next image has a designer replying saying Canva. And then the last image shows the designer being held back by men in suits. So I asked about Canva in the group, and it sparked a really interesting conversation, which inspired me to talk about this. Because I've also seen designers all over say things like, you can tell when something's been designed in Canva. Canva designers are not real designers. Canva is a design tool that has its place. And Canva can make non-designers think that design is easy. And I've also heard, I will lose work because clients will use Canva instead. So it's clearly a polarizing topic. Designers seem to be on one side of the fence or the other about Canva and nothing in between. Is Canva a threat to graphic designers? Does Canva replace the need for graphic designers? I've heard graphic designers say that they fear they'll have trouble getting design work because of Canva, because it allows clients to create designs themselves. To add insult to injury, it even has a free plan and it's easy to use, so it's very popular with non-designers. I hear you. I see where you're coming from if you have this concern. But how about we think about it another way? Does using a spreadsheet suddenly make you an accountant? Does knowing how to use a hammer make you a carpenter? I mean, definitely not. And you know why? Because those are just the tools to get the job done. And tools alone don't instill in someone the expertise that they have to have in order to do a particular job properly. So you might use a spreadsheet to keep track of expenses and income, right? But it doesn't suddenly give you additional information about tax laws and write-offs to save you money. And you might use a hammer and even have really good aim when it comes to hitting nails, but that doesn't make you a carpenter. There's just so much more to it with both of these, right? And it's the same with design. So let's bring this back to design software. If someone uses Adobe Photoshop, InDesign, or Illustrator, or Affinity Studio, or Figma, does it make them a designer? And if they're a graphic designer using that software, does it make them a better designer? Are they now suddenly more creative and better skilled? Definitely not. I mean, it's not like we've stopped seeing bad design because design software exists. Good design comes from a good designer. It doesn't come from the tool. And I'll even go so far as to say that I think our creativity as designers can actually be limited by the software. Like when we don't know how to do something in the software, how to achieve a certain effect. And that's especially when it comes to logo design. I think it's better to actually do pencil sketches before touching the computer sometimes. Now, will graphic designers lose work because of Canva? Maybe, maybe not. If clients want to go the DIY route, it's often due to cost, right? Do you want to spend time estimating work that, you would never get anyway? And are you willing to lower your rate just to get the work? I hope not. Let's put this into perspective. Here's why designers shouldn't worry about Canva. Canva is not the first design app to come out for designers and non-designers. In the 1980s, and yes, I remember this because I used it, there was the Print Shop, a PC program. And I was actually going to say it was for Windows, but when I used it, it was so long ago, it was before Windows. But get this, apparently it's still around and available on the Mac. And maybe it's the same one, I don't know. But anyway, there's also Microsoft Publisher and PowerPoint. And yes, some clients do design things other than slides in PowerPoint. A lot of these programs have come with templates and clip art That's a phrase I have not uttered in a very long time, but yes, clip art. But the point is, there's nothing new under the sun here. If those clients don't care about a custom design, or if they think that design is easy, do you want to work with those types of clients? Do you want to be convincing them to work with you? I mean, because it really doesn't have to be like that. If they can fulfill their needs by using, a pre-existing template in Canva, I mean, who cares? If they don't care if they use a pre-existing template that's overused, that's not your problem. It's hard to convince clients that they have a problem that they don't think they have. Like, you don't want to care more than they do. And if you do, I mean, I totally get it, but your time is better spent on other clients with other types of projects or leveraging what you can do with Canva. So why be scared of Canva? I hope these points alleviate your concerns about Canva, if you had any at all in the first place. Now, having said all that, why should graphic designers actually use Canva? Well, there's a lot of reasons I think that designers should embrace and not hate Canva and actually create opportunities with it instead. First off, Canva is accessible to non-designers. And by the way, by accessible in this case, I don't mean accessibility like I normally talk about. I mean able to be accessed, used by non-designers. Canva is definitely great for when a client needs to be able to edit something, especially frequently. I mean, its interface is pretty intuitive, it's straightforward, it's easy to understand. I'm a designer and I have designers on my team, and we could use, and we have used, the InDesign templates that I originally created and create new images from those files. But my social media manager is not a designer, and he doesn't have a subscription to Adobe CC, and he doesn't need one either, because that's not his role. So Canva lets him easily edit something that we've already designed. We even have custom design course completion certificates in Canva. And we went in and set up everything and styled it, and he just needs to go in and add the name, the date, and the course. He doesn't need to do anything else, and it works great for this purpose. And clients are often looking to get files that they can edit without having to make like a financial or a time investment in understanding how to use the software. And this actually gives designers a unique opportunity. If clients already know they need a solution that needs to be easy to use by people on their team that have varying technical skills, and they've decided on Canva, why not fill that need? You can market the design of Canva templates as a service that you offer, like custom templates. I mean, there's so many opportunities. Social media images, website graphics, email newsletter header images, cover designs, ad designs, flyer design, business cards. I mean, obviously it doesn't work for everything. I mean, you wouldn't want to use it to lay out a book. It's just not the right tool for that type of job. But it doesn't have to be that you just design a template for them and then you're done. You could design things in Canva and still continue doing design work for them in Canva. Maybe you have an arrangement where you do monthly or quarterly design work for them. Social media images might actually be even more frequent than that, because you could design the overall look of them in Canva, but then each post is probably still going to require some additional design work. Just because it's set up in Canva doesn't have to mean it's like one and done, and there's no need for you to step in and provide guidance as a designer anymore. Now, on another note, I've heard from some designers that they actually get inspiration from looking at the Canva templates. One of my designers says she finds that she's even more creative using Canva than she is using Photoshop, because Canva has more limited features than Photoshop. And that actually brings me to another point, and that is Canva does not replace more robust professional image editing software like Photoshop. It doesn't give you the option to create a clipping mask. It's not Photoshop, and it's not meant to be. But it's also an online service, so if you can't connect to the internet, you can't access it. I hope that I've helped you see how Canva is not a threat to designers, and it's just another tool. So focus on what you offer that goes beyond that, because your talent is so much more important than the tool. So weigh in. What's your opinion of Canva? I want to hear. Do you think graphic designers should feel threatened by Canva? Are you worried about it? Does Canva replace the need for a graphic designer? And do you use Canva? How do you feel about it? Let me know in a comment below the YouTube video, a comment on the episode page, or in the Design Domination Facebook group. Or send me an email at colleen@creative-boost.com.